Hello. Okay, so this is going to be for single people on spiritual journey. Okay, so if you want to watch and aren't aligning with that, then take what resonates, I guess. But the number 7 could be relevant. Okay, let's see. We got 5 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. So somebody could be getting different cooperative elements coming into their life when it comes to what it is that they've been working towards, okay? And greater alignment with their structure within their home, family, relationships, and community, okay? So, interesting. Right. Has all made themselves known, yes. Okay. All right. Let's see, what do we got here? Excuse me. So we have Ace of Wands, 2 of Swords, and 6 of Wands. So somebody could be moving towards a more purposeful and passionate new beginning, okay? They could be facing difficult choices and moving forward with greater sense of courage and triumph, okay? Moving towards victory, all right? It's funny, we got the Ace of Wands and then the Ace of Swords right here. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. What? It's so weird. 1, 2, 6 could be definitely something relevant because we got the Ace of Wands, which is 1, 2 of Swords, and 6 of Wands, okay? And then the Ace, which is 1, 2, and 6. That is crazy. So check out that number apparently. But so somebody could be moving forward towards, you know, a new truthful and clarified new beginning, okay? And they could be really making more intentional plans towards what they feel is a reciprocal energetic exchange, okay? That's so weird. And somebody could be looking at a situation in a much more celebratory way. They could be feeling like they have navigated on an adventure, and they could be feeling like they are moving that much more passionately and purposefully down their aligned path. And then we have the Ace of Cups right here. So 3 aces came out so far. And so yeah, somebody could be moving forward in a way where they're moving forward towards a much more fulfilling emotional beginning. They could have been really maintaining their position and kind of staying true to themselves throughout different battles, and they could be knowing what it is that they're needing to restrict themselves from when it comes to what it is that they're really wanting to open themselves up to. Okay, so we got the 4 of Wands, Emperor, and the King of Swords. It's like somebody's, like I said, knowing what structure they're wanting to form and create. They could be asserting themselves and really taking the time to, look, both these guys are the same person right here. Somebody could be really taking the time to get more aligned with the ins and outs in a certain situation as far as what it is that they'd been envisioning or desiring of, and they could be knowing much more logically what action they're meant to be taking, okay? Yeah, somebody could have leveled up and mastered themselves, and we have the Empress right here. They're moving into a situation in a much more healed way when it comes to what they feel they're meant to be receiving. And somebody could be preparing themselves when it comes to different anxiety or intrusive thoughts they could have been entertaining previously, okay? So yeah, somebody could be feeling like they are getting a greater sense of support and having a more purposeful intention with what it is that they're wanting to receive of, okay? Oh my. Like it, justice and judgment. Okay, so it's like somebody is knowing they're coming into a true balance. There's been some type of a reckoning, and somebody is coming into alignment with the way things are meant to be coming into their life, or meant to be overall. And there's a true balance, truth, and clarity that somebody could be really embracing, knowing that this is not something that is just like a temporary fix, but moving them forward towards their long-term goals and intentions. Okay, and somebody could have, you know, felt that they could have lost out on a situation, and at this point they could be focused more on a positive outcome. Okay. Yeah, just what I said right there. And somebody's paying a lot more attention to what, you know, is truly fulfilling for them emotionally, what they feel is important that they're needing to express, and they could be taking action in a way where they're looking at things in a lot more carefree, adventurous way. They're wanting to take some type of leap of faith with what they know, you know, is of importance. Okay. And kind of take action in a way where they know that they are creating the movement that they need in order to lead them in this way. Okay. Somebody could have been dealing with lack and scarcity in certain ways. Like they could have felt that they were, you know, really trying to build towards something and realizing what it was that was missing in a situation that they were desiring of. And as they come to this awareness, they're able to create a greater balance when it comes to the pain and the hardship that they've been dealing with. And somebody's knowing, they've educated themselves in a way of recognizing different scenarios that they're not wanting to open themselves up to or shift for. Okay, somebody is wanting to really kind of co-create with the universe more intentionally. And what's this card? Move towards a new beginning. Okay, they would be wanting to close out cycles, and there could be some type of action or movement when it comes to someone's emotions in a way where they can feel confident in expressing themselves instead of second guessing themselves. Okay, and they're moving forward in a much more adventurous way. The King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So they're creating a momentum and a greater sense of stability for themselves. Okay, and they've been illuminated to who they feel in their life would be bringing them a greater emotional support. Look at, we had the Queen of Cups, and now this is the Six of Cups. So it's like this could be a reunification of souls, and something that could be really healing and bringing someone to much more joy and innocence. Oops, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. And somebody could be ready to move into the next chapter. They're looking at certain conflict in a different way, and they could be really kind of getting to a more stable awareness within their understanding, ready to kind of surrender in and have a greater depth of insight of the importance of, you know, what it is that they're meant to be doing. Okay, and we have the Nine of Cups right there. Somebody could be really ready to engage in a situation where they feel it could be a true personal wish come true as they express themselves, while they close out cycles of pain and negativity and move forward on towards a wish come true. All right, well, that's a good place to stop with some of they're desiring of. And they could be getting the courage, strength, and cooperation in order to, excuse me, move forward confidently. All right. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Feels like there should be more in here. Excuse me. There could have been different scenarios that could have been discouraging in certain ways, but as long as you know that you are, you know, moving down the path, you know, that you're being guided, there's, you know, no need to really kind of concern yourself in certain ways. Just kind of stay true to your own inner awareness, and like take action in a way that you know that you're meant to. All right. I didn't read the other one, so at this point, you could be getting to a position where you're paying more attention to positive influences, okay, and becoming more aware of negative control or manipulative tactics, okay? One more shuffle. And it's like, even with this one, it's like dangling stars right there in front of you to try and make you feel like, ooh, look at this, shiny, pretty, whatever, And then you can see the difference between something that's real and authentic, and focusing on gaining access to that instead of getting caught up in inauthentic scenarios or falsities, okay? And so you can be moving forward in a way where they are moving confidently within their partnerships, with what it is that they're wanting to create, okay? Hey. There's a lot of cards coming out here. Okay. The moon just popped up in my head. Okay. So there could have been different aspects of instability based on other people's projections, okay? But as long as you stay focused on the work that you're doing and the true guidance that you're receiving, we have light team, spirit guides, and angel spirit guides right here. So like, as long as you stay focused, and then we have otherworldly right there, on the higher level guidance, you can be, creating the flexibility and the adapt in the ways that you're needing to, that are in line with your true communication, okay? And we have unconditional love right here. You could be moving forward in a way that you are confident with your expression and the care that you're giving, while being patient and practical, okay? And maintaining your ambition. And you could be creating the balance where you know right here that you have the power in order to create the change that's necessary, okay? You could be moving forward more confidently within close relationships, and being much more optimistic and liberated. Somebody could be, you could have been in a position where you were feeling insecure or vulnerable within certain exposure, and you could be getting to a position where you're feeling that much more confident with what it is that you're desiring of. You could be ready to assert yourself and move more intentionally within your own power and authority. And you could be recognizing the influences that had been creating negativity in your life previously. There could have been toxic or harmful and poisonous viewpoints being positioned in front of you or around you. And as you move more in an aligned way and staying focused on that higher guidance, you could be being, excuse me, hold on. You could be recognizing where other people might not be wanting you to say certain things. Just based on that, my started getting choked out. But you could be recognizing what in those situations that you've been dealing with were illusionary and forced upon you, okay? And getting to a greater sense of confidence and courage with your, you know, imagination or what it is that you've envisioned or intuitively become aware of, okay? So it's like you could be getting to a greater sense of confidence and stability within yourself, recognizing emotional manipulation or negative energy attachments, okay? And you could be breaking free from guilt, remorse, or regret, and moving into a much more confident and optimistic position with what your desires are and the commitments or contracts you're moving forward towards, okay? So you could be coming into a position that's elevating you, and helping to, you know, level up. And you could be creating more intentionally instead of, you know, and for a more important purpose, instead of focusing on lies, trash talk, or gossip, and possibly even like paying too much attention to outside influences, okay? This could be like a social media thing too. So you could have been in a situation where there were people who were trying to take from you, or making you feel abandoned or rejected or left behind. But as you move forward and upgrade yourself, go through the transformation and the rebirth, you could be getting to a position where you are no longer partaking or allowing for the games that are being played to affect you. Okay. Okay. There could be third-party scenarios that we're trying to create financial blockages, or that, you know, financial or third-party, you know, what's it called? Influences, you know, so it could be substances, it could be other people, habits, whatever. But you could be recognizing what this is at this time and allowing yourself to kind of purify and elevate, right? Okay. Yeah, you're going to be, you know, like whatever the blockages were, like you, as you maintain your sense of self and stay sweet and innocent and compassionate, you could be recognizing that those situations that you could have been being affected by were, you know, based on other people's negative intentions, trying to take away from what your true abundance could be, okay? There could have been people who were impersonating. It's another, like, online thing, you know? Like, somebody could have been trying to, you know, pretend that they were one thing that they weren't or something in order to take from you. And you're recognizing, with creating your own stability, you could be, avoiding the negativity that other people were trying to put on you, okay? Yeah, there could have been other, you know, like I said, intrusive dynamics that were trying to hinder and block you, but there's just a need for you to adapt and change or adjust from third-party dynamics with possible narcissistic players involved, okay? So, hey, I gotta sneeze again. My goodness. Excuse me. Oy. Okay, so move forward, assert yourself, be yourself independently, you know, unbothered by what other people's viewpoints or opinions are, and pay attention to your intuition and the insight that you're gaining, okay? As you do, you could be coming into a position of contentment, happiness, and gratitude, where you can then help to guide others with cautionary awarenesses and be more of a role model in situations than you had been allowing yourself to previously, okay? All right, and you could be receiving different people who are, you know, different friendships coming in with allies and confidants, okay? Hey, oh, okay. That's enough. There we go. That one was hiding. Okay. So, you could be recognizing what had been trying to corrupt the situation, and you could be moving forward, more intentionally towards what is being, what you're being enticed by, and you could be paying attention to your spiritual gifts that you could have been trying to like lock away or guard yourself from, I guess. Okay. But instead of feeling like you need to be on guard or maintain yourself, like as you open yourself up in a way where you're paying attention to greater spiritual insight, instead of looking for or being aware or focused on negativity, you could be focused on true friendship and complementary relationship dynamics. Okay, so it's like instead of having to be on guard, you'll be able to recognize the truth of a situation regardless of what other people are saying. Okay, my goodness. And you could be seeing what groups or like, let me see. Yeah, what kind of groups or excuse me. God, it's annoying. Oh my gosh. Alliances you could have been around in situations that were trying to take from you or create harm in your life. Okay, so you could be recognizing who is paying attention to you from afar and not really saying anything or doing anything. Okay, but like, so yeah, as you pay more attention to your intuitive nudges, you could be gaining a greater insight of what is not necessarily being presented to you directly, but you are surrounded by energetically. Okay, and it's funny that these two cards came out together because I was talking about them earlier. Excuse me, with the stars. Okay, so you could be recognizing what relationship dynamics had been falsified and untrue. Okay, and what it is that you're truly gaining access to at this time that you could be feeling is complementary, real, and inspiring greater sense of hope and optimism. Okay, so cool. You've been dealing with a lot of grief and sadness in different ways, but at this point you are moving into a position where there's a greater sense of reliability, less confrontation, more assistance and friendly dynamics. Okay, and you can be recognizing that you're receiving in a way that is bringing in a greater sense of calm into your life, calm, peace, and harmony. And you could be having balanced relationship dynamics that are bringing in fortune, abundance, luck, healing, recovery, mending. Yeah, you could be mending from poverty, lack, struggle, scarcity, from people who could have been taking from you, falsifying themselves, or doing negative energy work towards you. Okay, so you could be getting to a position where you are not just going along with other people's situation, but being more intentional with like being true to yourself. Okay, there could have been others who were trying to take from you in a way where they were, it says copycat right here, and then spiritual gift. So there could have been others who were really trying to take what it is that you were meant to be receiving. But, as you use your authority and your intention more directly and move away from disingenuous and false dynamics, you could be, that much more in the desired position to be receiving what it is that's meant for you, okay? So you could be moving into a much more honest and loyal, knowledgeable position, and staying true to yourself, moving forward towards your true destiny and fate, okay? You could be having a much more emotional and loving connection, okay, with others who are sympathetic, supportive, and protective. And you could be getting to a greater alignment energetically with with the collective energy of where you're meant to be or what you're supposed to be, working on, and getting to a position where you are, working alongside God, and that much more naturally. Okay. You could be having shocking and surprising results, or awarenesses that are formed based on, what others had been trying to force upon you could be returning back to them, and you could be kind of surprised by the outcome that occurs in those ways as you continue to move forward in a way that's natural and authentic for you. Okay. Well, there's that. So you could be choosing to move things into alignment for yourself instead of being a passive, kind of like watcher, right? Okay. And you could be taking action. It says, what do you want? All right. You could be taking action, really kind of paying more attention to what would be bringing you more joy instead of pain, okay? Somebody could be missing you. They could be wondering if you miss them and thinking that you don't. Okay, it says, yeah, no. So, there could be some type of recognition at this point between you and someone else. There could be a need for, communication and a true expression, authentic expression of your feelings, okay, in order to be able to move forward confidently. But somebody feels you matter, and they're too afraid to talk to you, okay? They think about it, and then they talk themselves out of it. Okay. You matter. I am open to compromise. Somebody feels that this would be a fulfilling new, emotionally fulfilling new beginning, okay? They're waiting for you. Okay, so he's trying to balance himself out. There could have been some type of communication that was really painful for them. It says definitely. Yeah, somebody could be needing to heal from different inner wounds in order to move forward more confidently. But somebody is wanting to, kind of embrace what they feel could be a gift in their life and move forward towards, bringing this in physically. It says, I could be your hero, baby. Okay. This love scares you, and 6116 could be relevant, but somebody's thinking intimate thoughts and wanting to have physical interactions, but they need more balance, okay? In order to feel confident with stepping forward towards their, what they're desiring of. It says, I lie awake thinking about our future. Happiness is my priority. I want you to choose, and I am coming. You just need to trust. Somebody could be trying to get advice in the situation. They could be thinking that there's someone else, or there could be outside influences. Let me see. And they think that they could possibly lose everything if they follow you. They could be needing the space in certain ways, we got 1-5, oh wait, we got 1-5, 6, and 1-5, so, 666 would be something, but, yeah, somebody could be feeling like their whole life could be kind of, oh my gosh, I got blow my nose, somebody could be feeling that their whole life could be, kind of shaken up, and they could be needing some time or space to figure themselves out, but they it says, I am addicted to you, okay? I hope you'll wait for me. I'm in so much pain, but I'm absolutely in love with you. And then we got 6, okay? Definitely thinking about you. And they want to get you drunk, okay? And then, what is that? 1515 could be relevant. So that's really weird because we got 666 two different ways. Oh, 15, 15, 15. I'm obsessed with your body. They want to reach out, but there could have been some type of gossip that was hurting the situation. And they're really hoping that you'll wait for them. That's really weird about all those 15s coming out like that. Okay, I gotta go though. But you are right. Okay, you could be thinking, you know, like, there was some type of disagreement and, or, you know, untruth that was being expressed, and they could be kind of recognizing that they weren't able to tell you their true feelings, or whatever the case might be, but you are correct, okay? Somebody's wanting to think before they act, and they're wanting to wait patiently for the right time, but it says, I would do anything for you, and they want to, you know, initiate towards a passionate or purposeful beginning, okay? And then it says, you are wrong. I have so much desire for you. So you could be feeling that they're not interested or caring. Whoops. But you would be wrong. It says, I'm too afraid to talk, and I wish things were different. Okay, so we have 7-7 right here. And love me. Okay. 777. Let me hold you. Listen to your heart. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go. What's the last message? You make my heart full. You make me want to do bad things. And we got 10-10 and another 15. You're so beautiful. Why do you even need me? I just want you all the time. And 7-8, which is 15. I'm like, isn't that 15? They think that you may have hurt them, but they're getting to a greater sense of truth and clarity, recognizing that love is the answer, and they're wondering if you think about them too. We got 7 again. I worry about us a lot. You already know that they don't want to lose you, and they've never imagined so much perfection. They don't feel that they feel your family won't like them. They feel you have a lot of choices and options, maybe, possibly. They could have felt that you had pushed them away in a certain way, but they feel that you are very special and are wondering if you feel, or if you even care. Okay, but they think that you guys feel the same way. It says, I miss you, do you? You are my everything. So, okay, last 2. Somebody's focused on more lighthearted things. Okay, and they could be wanting to not rush the situation. Okay, and somebody's wanting to be more selfish. It says, I think so. Yes. So, yeah. Anyway, somebody's nose, that came out of nowhere. Could be something going on. Anyway, but so, oh, look it says, I'm ready. Okay. And they're wondering if you, they feel like they know you, if you guys haven't had any contact, but they're also wondering if they asked you to stay, would you? Okay, so they could be really kind of going through different aspects of insecurity within themselves, but trying to get to a greater sense of confidence within this connection. Okay, so I guess maybe do what you can, whatever that might be, to alleviate certain fears, but otherwise just keep going with what your divine guidance is, and stay true to that path. Okay, all right, have a good one. Talk to you later.